Hi everyone. Today we are going to be working on this beautiful lady. This is done by Grazia Salvo, and I believe this is from her kindness book. It's either kindness or the loveliness, but it's from the Woman of Flowers collection. And this is the grayscale grey lines version. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be working on today. I know a lot of people tend to be a little bit unsure about doing skin. And I get why. It can be quite intimidating. But honestly, don't worry about it. It's really not that hard. So yeah, we're gonna zoom in. Let's just move that down just a little bit. And we will make a start. So, I'm going to be using my Caran D'ache Luminance and my Derwent lightfast pencils. Purely because I love them. They are my favourite pencils. But you can, obviously you can use any pencil brand that you have. You don't have to, stick to a certain one. So I'm just going to give this a sharpen, like so. Oops, sorry for the camera shake and everything. Can I just move this just a little bit? Oops, sorry. Just unclipped it. There we go, that's better. So, first off, I'm going to do just a light layer of a nice light pencil, and I'm going to use Oyster from my Derwent lightfast. So you're probably not really going to see this. But I like getting just a light layer down. I find it's a bit easier to start blending when you've got a little bit of pencil on the paper. Now, depending on what skin tone you want to do, will depend on what your base colour, what you want to use. So I'm just going to do just a very fair skin tone, which is why I am using Oyster. But if you wanted to do more of a yellow undertone, then you might want to use a cream or a champagne colour. And then, for the more fair, pinky skin tones, you want to use something with a bit more of a pink undertone. So I don't think you can really see this going down. So sorry in advance. It probably just looks like I'm not doing anything. Now, doing skin, it does take a while. If you want to make it look really nice, you do need to take quite a long time doing it. But it's worth it. If you're unsure about doing skin tones, I would definitely start out with a grayscale piece to start with. Yeah. Since, you know, with grayscale, your shading and that are basically there for you. So you don't need to worry too much about where it's going to go. Whereas, just like, you know, a normal line art is going to be a bit more difficult. I don't know if you can... Let me just move my light. Why is my light really yellow today? It's strange. Have I got it on the wrong one? No, that's... Weird, that one is showing really yellow and I don't know why. But, you know, as you can see, I am just applying just a light layer of this oyster colour all over her. Now, you can apply it to her lips if you want to, but you don't need to. It's not, you know, it's not necessary, but it won't hurt if you do. So at the moment, I am just going to concentrate on her face. But I will probably do this picture from start to finish on camera if I am able to. So you can, you know, try and just really see every bit of it and follow along if you would like. So that is a layer of oyster. Now I want to do, I'm gonna go in with pale peach. This light keeps changing. I don't know why. It looks really yellow, but it's not really yellow. If I change it there, in real life, that looks really yellow to me. But on the camera, it's not. So maybe I'll just go with the white one and see if that looks a bit better. Right, so anyway, doing lightfast in pale peach. And again, we are just going to go over it all. Just really light. And you just want to build up your layers. It's the thing with doing skin tone. You need a lot of layers. It's a lot of really light layers. So I'm really sorry. It's definitely not the most exciting thing to watch. Especially, you know, it's just to start with, it doesn't really look like I've done anything. Well, I think now you can just about start to see the colour come in. we're just going to put this light peach, no, pale peach, sorry. And I wouldn't worry too much about using exact colours. You can use any colour, basically. I mean, obviously, if you want it to look like human skin, you want to stick to, you know, your peaches, your creams, pinks, browns, and those kind of colours. But if you wanted to do, I don't know, an alien or a mermaid or, you know, something, you would do this exact same thing, but with, say, blue. You know, you'd start off with a light pale blue, and you kind of work your way through like that. What I do like to do is for shadows, I love using purple. Yeah, purple is my favourite shadow colour. If you look at your own skin and you put, you know, you've got some of it in light, and when you go cast the shadow, it does have almost a purpley tone to it. And I do like to exaggerate that a little bit. But yeah, if you use a purple, and then you can tone it down a little bit with a grey, it makes the most beautiful shadow colour. And it gives it a lot more depth than just using either a grey or a brown or black even. So that is, yeah, one tip for you. So we're still just going with our pale peach here. And I don't know if you can see that I've done anything. I probably should have kind of sped this bit up, but oh well. We've started, so we may as well continue. So at the moment, I'm really not worrying about, you know, where my shadows were going to be, where my highlights are going to be, midtones, not any of that. I am just getting some colour down. You can use any pencil for doing skin tone, whether it's a wax based or an oil based. It doesn't really matter. With a wax base, you may have a slightly harder time. But you shouldn't. I mean, you know, you can use your prism colours and everything. I mean, I'm using the Caran D'ache Luminance and the Derwent lightfast, so I'm using a wax and an oil. But these pencils work together like they were kind of one set. They are amazing pencils, and they just feel so nice to use. I absolutely adore them. I'm so happy I got them. I got mine off Cult Pens, as they do lay-by or clear pay, one of them, because I would have never been able to afford them at once. But yeah, I was able to pay in installments for them, and that's how I managed to get them. I still need to get the portrait set of the Luminance, and I think I might treat myself to them for my birthday maybe. So that was Pale Peach. Now I'm going to go in with Dusky Pink. I'm not quite sure how kind of dark this is. I don't think it is. But you just want to make sure you don't... No, it's fine. You know, go in with a colour too dark, where you're going to want your highlights and stuff. That's why, if you've probably noticed, I normally start right under the eye here in the corner. That's because that area does tend to be in shadow. So if I do pick the wrong kind of colour, it doesn't matter too much, because that's going to be shadowed. Whereas if I started like in the middle of her forehead, or you know, on the tip of her nose, and with a really dark colour, and that's going to make things a little bit more difficult. So I still don't know if you can actually see that I'm doing anything. Although, if you look, you can probably see the difference between her face, where I have been colouring, and her neck, where I haven't done anything. But, like I said, if doing skin tone, it does take time. Especially, you know, on a large area. If you're doing a skin tone on a much smaller area, then you really don't need to worry too much about it. You can kind of just go straight in with just like, you know, a peach, and it would look fine. Give me 2 seconds and I'll see if I can find an image where you wouldn't need to worry too much. So if we were doing this one, this is Molly Harrison. If you were doing skin tone on her, you wouldn't really need to start, you know, really, really light and keep going, because it's such small little areas. You could basically just kind of go straight in, and it'll look fine, as it's so small. Whereas with a larger piece like this, you have a lot more area. Yeah, excuse me. Bless me. Bless me. Oh, I'm sorry about that. So yeah, I know I'm just rambling like a mad person, but you know, hopefully some of this is helpful to someone. Excuse me. I've been feeling a little bit under the weather recently. Oh, bless me, I'm so sorry. Which is why I haven't put a video up. I tried to do one the other day and it was just atrocious. I was constantly accidentally hitting the camera. You know, my camera fell down multiple times and it just wasn't very good, so I scrapped it. So, like I said, we are just going in with, this is our Dusky Pink, and this is a Derwent lightfast. And we're just doing a layer of this. Now, when it comes to skin tone, I don't like to leave any white. Unless someone has a very, very harsh light shining directly on them and very, very close to them as well, you're not gonna have white. Like with my hand here, the light I've got is quite harsh, but as you can see, it's, you know, this is a harsh white light I'm using, but it's not, you know, it's not gonna show as white on your skin. So if you want it to look natural, I would advise against using a white highlight and against using pure black. If you want to really exaggerate it, then go ahead and, you know, use your white, use your black, but just be aware that it won't look as natural. So, I just go in and putting this down. And I'm not taking quite as much care as I usually would, because I am very aware that it doesn't really look like I've done anything, and we've already been filming for I don't know how long. So I am just trying to go through this slightly quicker. Now, some people have like recipes that they use the skin tone. I don't. I'm very much more of a, this looks like it could do with a little bit more of this here and a bit more of that there kind of person, rather than, right, okay, I'm going to use this pencil, and this pencil, and this pencil, and then back to this pencil. For me, I find that doesn't really work. And it makes them look a little bit too samey. So yeah, if I'm colouring skin in a colouring book, I kind of just go with the flow a little bit. Okay, so that was our Dusky Pink. You can possibly see a bit of colour now. Possibly. Now I'm gonna go in with Cinnamon. I'm gonna start applying this a bit more where our shadows are gonna be, just so we start getting a little bit more of a three-dimensional look. So I hope everyone had a good weekend last weekend. As I said, I wasn't feeling 100%, so I didn't really do much. No, I had the dogs to walk, but after that I was pretty exhausted, so yeah, I didn't do much. I did quite a bit of watercolouring in some colouring books, and I've started making my own watercolour paints as well. I love using metallic paints in my books. But well, I have a fair few metallics, but they're not, really nice quality ones. So I thought I'd give it a go and see how they turn out. At the moment they are drying. I made them last night. I just did a couple of colours. Just to kind of see how it goes. So I'm hoping they're not going to take too long to dry, but don't know. We'll see how they go. And then, when they're done, I'll give them a try and see what they're like. They look gorgeous in the pans. They look so, they just look beautiful. Okay. So this is our cinnamon. Now we are gonna just do a really light layer of it, kind of over as well. So I've been in one of those kind of almost a rut, I guess, recently with colouring. I'll kind of start something and then just like, no, I'm not feeling it, and move on to something else. And it's just kind of been going like that for a bit. Yeah, I don't know why. I guess maybe because I've just been doing so much with coloured pencil recently. But I'm enjoying myself at the moment. It might also be because I've been trying to use pencils that I haven't really used before. I have a set of the old Spectrum Noir, I think they're colour blends. And I'm not really getting on with them. I bought them second hand. But yeah, I'm a bit unsure about them. I know the formula has changed for them, as they did get feedback that they weren't the best how they were, so they changed them. But I don't have new ones. I've just got these old ones. They've got no names on them. They just have numbers. And they're a black barrel instead of the kind of burgundy one. But the new ones have. But I just can't seem to get on with them. But then again, I haven't really tried to use them too much either. So I will have to just sit down with them one day and, you know, really give them a chance. But at the moment, I'm not hugely impressed with them. But then again, since getting my Luminance and my Derwent lightfast, a lot of pencils disappoint me now. Yeah. Because I am just so in love with these ones. Okay, so that is Cinnamon. Now I'm gonna use Salmon, and I could do with a little sharpen, so give me a second. Oh, lovely. I just took sharpening everywhere. I need a new sharpener. That one's falling apart on me, but it's my favourite one. So this is Salmon from the Derwent Lightfast set. And again, you know, we're just doing the same thing. Once you get the hang of doing skin tone, it is just very samey. there's not a huge, you know, amount of sorry, I've just completely forgot what I was trying to say. Yeah, that's completely gone. Sorry about that. But yeah, it's just kind of, you know, sit there and you just build up your layers nice and slowly. It's very mindful. Just very mindful, and it's really nice seeing it kind of come alive almost. So, just going with our salmon. So as you start getting more layers on, you're going to want to start being a little bit more careful about how you place your colours down. The first few layers, I was just kind of almost just scribbling it down. But as you get further, you want to be a bit more careful, and you know, you want to use your little circles and that rather than just willy-nilly throwing colour on the page, as it will start to show through. The strokes you do will start to show as you build up your layers. So we are now on a Wednesday already, somehow. Time is definitely flying. Does anyone have any plans for next weekend? I think it's Black Friday on Friday, isn't it? Is anyone going shopping, or are you just all gonna stay hidden away and try to avoid the crowds? We're not doing anything. Yeah, no. We do most of our shopping online. And yeah, we've never really gotten it involved with Black Friday or anything. I don't like crowds, to be honest. I'm not a big people fan. Especially when it comes, you know, to the hustle and bustle of the local city and things like that. I would much prefer to stay inside and do some colouring, to be honest with you. So yeah, we will be going out, not next weekend, but the weekend after. I think we're planning to go to Cardiff, and you know, we're gonna spend the day in Cardiff, do some shopping, have a meal for my birthday, and you know, things like that. So that'll be nice. But apart from that, we're not really doing anything. So I'm gonna go in with burnt ochre, 10%, and this is Illuminance. So yeah, we're not really, you know, we don't really do too much. Did find out that my brother and his partner are coming down for Christmas, so that will be lovely. I saw my brother not too long ago. He came to stay for a weekend, and to help with clearing out the attic and stuff. But his partner, she didn't come. She was working and was unable to get time off. So I haven't seen her since my nan's funeral. Start of March, I believe it was. So it would be lovely to see her. You know, and especially under better circumstances as well. It's gonna be our first Christmas without my nan. So that's gonna be a little bit tough. We lost her to COVID. She had a fall in end of December, start of January, and broke her leg. So she was in hospital for that. And she caught COVID whilst in hospital. And yeah, we lost her to it. So that yeah, it was very unpleasant, as we got the call saying that, you know, she hasn't got long left on my mum's birthday. So she went down and she was there for about 4 or 5 days. So yeah, that was, you know, that's a bit, it's very sad. Yeah. But like I said, it will be nice to see my brother and his partner excuse me, for Christmas. They were down when was it? The Christmas just before COVID happened was the last time we were down for Christmas. So that would be, what, about 3 years ago now? So yeah, they've not been down to stay really for a while, you know, due to everything. Okay, so she's still looking quite washed out on camera. But to my eye, she's definitely starting to get a bit more life to her. But we're still, still got a long way to go with her. But I think probably going to end it here for now. And then, yeah, I'll come back and do some more. So thank you for watching, everyone. And I'll see you again next time where we will be continuing with her skin. So thank you, bye-bye.